And can everybody hear me? Okay. Just so you know that I've done level 1 to become a pet aromatherapist. And now I'm taking level 2. It's a year-long program. So that's kind of my inspiration for doing this class, just because I feel like I need to help all you pet owners, because the 4th of July is coming up and it is a very sad day for all these little pets because they don't understand why everything around them seems like it's being blown up. And so anyways, there's some really good information, and this was a class that I watched with Dr. Janet Rourke, is who I've been doing the trainings through, and she's been a vet in Texas for many years, and she goes around travels a lot and trains other vets on how to use essential oils and use more natural products. So if you want to look her up, you can. Her name's Dr. Janet Rourke, and she's in Austin, Texas. So this is safe and natural calming essential oils. What is that word? I'm trying to move this out from under you. During stressful events like fireworks and thunderstorms. So it's just on how to use them, the essential oils, safety by animal species. There's a lot more species that I actually took out of this presentation because we're going to concentrate on cats and dogs right now. But if anybody has any, chickens or reptiles or horses and goats, and they would want stuff, just shoot me a text and I would send you that information. So we want to focus on, the do's and don'ts, the calming essential oils, the tips during stressful events like fireworks and thunderstorms. So we'll go ahead and get on to the next one. And that's a picture of Dr. Janet Rourke.
And she's also a veterinary panel for doTERRA too. So if you go to the doTERRA website, you can see information on her as well.
Yeah, she'll go to the conferences, and she went on a sourcing trip for them, but she also travels around. She does a lot of stuff like acupuncture, chiropractic. She's really got into all sorts of homeopathic type things for pets. And she has a farm in Texas, so she has a lot of horses. That's probably the next specialty that she does, like aromatherapy on horses. Very, very knowledgeable. So anyway, so now we're into pet owners turn to essential oils for stressful events because they work. They find that their current approach is not getting them the results, and yet a lot of those things have pretty significant side effects. So you don't really, if you can avoid using toxic chemicals, you would better off to do things that are more natural because they don't stay in their system as long. And a lot of those sedatives and stuff cross the blood-brain barrier and can have some pretty significant side effects on them. And as dogs age, it becomes harder and harder on them. So to do things that are more natural is a better way to go. So we want something that supports the overall wellness while targeting stress and anxiety for the whole family. So what are essential oils? They're an aromatic compound found in the seeds, bark, stems, roots, flowers, and other parts of plants. They're steamed, distilled, or cold pressed. So they're pure essential oils made up of hundreds of different constituents. secondary metabolic, no, metabolities of plants, 50 to 70 times more potent than herbs. So if you were to take a drop of peppermint, it's equivalent to something like, is it 22 cups of peppermint tea?
28 cups. One drop of
28.
peppermint oil equals to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So it's so potent and so pure. It's just super incredible to recognize how potent they are. Has everybody on this call tried peppermint before?
I think I've given them
Okay.
drops of peppermint or all sorts of, they both have used oils because I've
Yeah.
given,
Corey's
yeah.
giving me a thumbs up. Yep, she's an oil experienced person.
All
Okay.
right. So, not all essential oils are created equal. So, there is no industry-wide standard on this. The FDA does not regulate essential oils. So, the essential oil that you go down to the gas station that they have, whatever they have there, is not the same kind of oil that you are going to get when you go for 100% pure. And it can say it's 100% pure, and it doesn't even have to contain any of the essential oil. So essential oils are distributed through one or more broker. True source and composition unknowns are often synthetic or cut with cheaper oils or fillers. Synthetic oils and fillers are often unsafe or toxic to pets. So if you hear those stories on Facebook about them giving, a dog or somebody something and it caused, really bad side effects and whatnot, it's usually because those are the ones they've gotten at Walmart, Costco, or something, and they are not pure essential oils. And if you look at the site, it will have whether it's a supplement or an oil, and it will tell you if it's able to be taken internally. And most of the oils like that I've looked at from different oils that say that they're 100% pure will say not for internal use. And most of doTERRA's say that it's a supplement. It can be taken internally. So they are pretty, they back all their products, and you can look up on the bottom, there's a number you can check out to see what is actually in that essential oils. So the way doTERRA does their business is they work directly with the farmers. They test the compositions and quality during and after distillation, both in-house and by a third-party lab for accountability, so that there's nowhere along the line that somebody has, weakened down the things to make it go further. And that's usually why they dilute them. So that's why alteration or adulteration is happening by 89% of all essential oils that are on the market. And there is a normal aging, so they do have a expiration date on the bottom, and some have natural oxidation, like a lot of the citrus oils have they're the ones that expire earlier just because they're a little bit more volatile than the other ones, the resins. So they all come in a darker colored glass bottle to help prevent the oxidation. So doing that thing again. Okay. So using, I listened to myself. Why using essential oils? Okay. So provide health conscious individuals with a safe and natural alternative. We want to use for a range of emotional, behavioral, and physical wellness applications. We want to use them if we They have few undesirable side effects when used directly. One drop is all that is needed to achieve a powerful benefit, and less is more with these. It's always better to start off with just a drop, and you can always add on from there. If you don't get the desired outcome that you want, you can add another oil. It's harder to take it. You can't take it back once you've given it. So, just start off slow. Can be used with herbs and homeopathic medications. The lipophilic and can cross the blood-brain barrier, so they work fast. If like when I put stuff on the bottoms of my feet, it's through your entire body within 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so the 3 ways that we can use these oils with our pets is aromatic, and a little goes a long way. So you just want a few drops in a water-based diffuser. You can spray it in the air. You can directly inhale it. We've all done that where we put a drop in our hand and we put it up to our nose. I put it on for the pets. I put on a little bandana and I just spray it on the bandana so that they can smell it. Humidifier, fans, filters. You put it in your furnace filter so that it blows through the house. You can use topically, and that is you want to dilute, always dilute, and put a little bit in your hands with some fractionated coconut oil or avocado oil. Rub it in, and as you pet your pet, you can get it. With cats, you want to, they're going to lick their fur, so you just want to make sure whatever oil you're using is safe for ingestion, and they say right on the side of the bottle. You can go down the back of the spine. You can kind of massage them in their reflexology points, which would be their feet, in between their pads. Ear tipping is a really good thing to do at the tips of their ears, and just rub it. If we rub our ears with oils, it's very calming. So for them, it's really calming also. If you were using it for other than anxiety, areas of interest, if it's for pain or whatever, you would want to massage it into that area. Roller balls are good to get into the pads of their feet. So that's topical and internal. And internal, you want to probably not give cats these oils internally, because if you put it on them topically, just like petting them, they lick their fur so much that they're getting it internally. And cats have a different way of metabolizing things, so they don't metabolize oils as well as dogs. They do better with it diffused and topically, and they get it internally by doing that. And so internal, you don't want to, you're going to get a dilution chart, so you just want 1 to 2 drops at the time, and there's a percentage that you want to look at per animal. You don't exceed this many oils. You can use a capsule, like a veggie cap, and put them in there with some carrier oil and put it in their food. You can just rub it on their gums. You can use it in toothpaste, whatever. And here's the dilution chart. And if you want, you can go ahead and take a screenshot of that if you want, or if you need me to, I can text it to you. And that's the dilution chart for pets. It gives you starting out diluted when introducing essential oils topically to your pet. The one thing that when I was learning in this class is that you want to always, when possible, let your pet self-select the oil. And that's just by keeping the lid on it and just letting them smell it. And you'll be able to tell by their reaction whether they like it. If they really are interested in the bottle, then it's a yes. If they pull their head away and don't want to even go near it, then that's a no. And they might not like all the oils, but there'll be some that they gravitate to. So using a carrier oil, either fractionated coconut oil, avocado oil, almond oil, etc. You can use any of the above. You can always increase the concentration if desired effect is not reached, but it is difficult to remove any essential oils once it has been absorbed. So each animal is individual, and your pet may be more sensitive. So you want to just start off um, slow and go from there. And then just observe their behavior and make sure. I mean, some dogs may just decide to go to sleep. Some of the oils, especially on cats, spikenard tends to make them a little frisky right at the get-go, but it's a calming oil, and it's because it's it's a lot like catnip. It gets them all excited at first, but it has a very soothing and calming effect on them afterwards. So here's the 3 ways to use essential oils: is the aromatic, topically, and internal. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, you can do that also. But if not,
You got me lost.
huh?
You got me lost. You were saying that there's 3 ways?
Oh, right there. Nope. There. There.
Oh.
There. There you go.
Sorry about that.
Okay, that's okay. So we'd already gone through this. So, but internally, you can mix with their food. 1 drop is usually enough, and we already went through that. So I won't go over it again.
It's a nice summary, and it's a good one to take
Yeah.
a shot to have somewhere if you wanted to just do a quick reference. Yeah. Okay.
I put on my sheets the ones that I said to have a screenshot. So if you just text me and you want them, I can totally get those to you. So essential oil safety for dogs. Topically is usually proper dilution for the size of your pet, and the dilution chart will help you figure out which one. And it's usually 3%. Is you don't want to go higher than 3% off the bat.
I have a question. I
Mm-hmm.
have a question. When you're saying 1%, 2%, 3%, I'm asking this because I'm not sure if everybody knows how to do what the dilution means. Like if you had 100 drops, would 1 drop be an essential oil to 99 drops? What is 1%?
Well, it's okay. So if you have a 10 mil, if you have a 10 mil, which is a roller ball, and you want to do a 3%, or say you start off with 1%, that's 2 drops. But if you're making a blend, which technically, I mean, usually when you start off introducing oils, it's best to do single oil blends, just because then if they have you know, if their behavior changed, you don't know which oil it was that they maybe had something. And reactions are very rare, but if they did, you wouldn't know. So it would be 2 drops in a roller ball, and then you put it on their feet or on their tips of their ears. But as they get to where you use those oils, then you can add another blend. So if you did 2 drops and you were going to put another one, you could put another 2 drops of that oil, because once it's mixed, they're only getting 1% of each oil. You see what I mean? So
And the size
anyway,
of the pet, you said earlier, the size of the pet really does matter because some people have little purse dogs. And then Corey was showing us her big, beautiful dogs. And so they would be a lot
so
more.
those would be the 3%, and the little purse dogs would be a 0.5%. And then you can go up from there if you need to. But you always start off at the lowest. And this dilution chart on the bottom, it says like cats, 0.5, rabbits, and there's rabbits, lizards, whatever, and they're a 1%. Can you believe that they're more than a cat? Because cats are very sensitive. Dogs can be up to 5%.
Okay.
So, and then sheep and goats are, but then you start off Just start off low, and you can go up as high. But you might have a dog that 1% just does it. So why use more oil than you have to?
Yeah. Okay, thank you for that. I wanted to be sure everybody was clear on that too. And Corey was asking me to go to another slide that had a dog on it. Were you thinking before this or after this? Let me just go here. Let's see. Was it this one, Corey?
We haven't gotten there
I
yet.
think it was another one that had like, yeah, it looked like that with the, well, maybe it was that one. I thought it was another one.
Yeah, I think it's this one because this is the one we're on right now.
Okay.
Okay, so topically use dilution for the size of dogs. Aromatically use safe diffusing protocol, water-based diffusers, open door. So the open door is that if you're diffusing and you put a calming oil in there, you just want to make sure that the dog can leave the room, that you're not keeping them locked in a room with a diffuser. So if they don't like it, they can leave. Let your dog smell the unopened bottle. Use the oil if the dog gives a positive response, and we talked about that, what that would look like. Avoid using oils topically on the nose, in the ears, in the eyes, and or around the genitals or anything, because those are sensitive areas and some of the oils can burn. Do not apply oils topically at the same time as a topical medication. So if your dog has some kind of skin issue and you're putting some kind of topical medication on, you wouldn't want to put essential oil on top of it. It might have a reaction with that. And don't give any products containing xylitol, which is in things, if you're going to give peanut butter, because we're going to get to that, but there's peanut butter has it, toothpaste has it. There's a lot of products that have xylitol. There was, some cereals, pops. So you want to always make sure that it doesn't, because xylitol is a toxin for pets. And next slide.
So like the beadlets, the essential oil beadlets.
Right.
You have that in there. Yeah.
Okay. Essential oil safety for dogs. Oils to avoid using topically or internal with dogs is birch, tea tree, which is melaleuca, wintergreen, and use caution with the hot oils like oregano, cassia, cinnamon, clove, rosemary, and thyme.
And it's interesting because tea tree is kind of a common one for humans for skin issues. And I know a long time ago when we first started using essential oils, my mom wanted to give her dog a bath. Actually, it was my sister gave her dog a bath and he was itching all the time. And I'm like, put tea tree in there, No,
Yeah.
not a good
I
thing.
mean, it it's it can be used on pets. It's not gonna kill them, but there's a lot of other oils that are way better and way safer, and they do use them on pets, but they'd rather you use the safer oils. So,
Okay, good.
so essential oil safety for cats, they're, as I said, 0.5 to 2%. So that's what you would go up to, and this is pretty much the same as the dogs, topically, aromatically, internally. Let them smell the unopened bottles. Cats are a little bit more curious, so they're probably more into it because they're curious. Avoid the same things, nose, ears, and do not apply around with topical medications. And they also are very sensitive to xylitol. And the oils to avoid using topically or internal with cats is citrus oils, bergamot, grapefruit, lemon, lime, orange, tangerine, birch. There again, tea tree, melaleuca, peppermint. Cats don't like peppermint, and especially if they have any kind of asthma or anything, it seems to trigger that. Wintergreen, and use caution with the hot oils as cassia, cinnamon, clove, oregano. Same ones as dogs.
Well, it's really
The
interesting
news,
because isn't catnip a mint catnip is a mint plant. It's from the mint family, isn't it?
It could be, but which they can eat that, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not like peppermint, and spearmint's not on there, and so I think it's more in the spearmint family.
Okay.
The do's and don'ts. Okay, so only use pure oils, not unadulterated, pure unadulterated oils. Dilute prior to topical application. Diffuse around your pet. Observe your pet's behavior. Um, if you've got a nursing or a very young animal, just be careful. Use a water diffuser. Introduce essential oils to your pet slowly, and store your oil safely, especially around cats. Find a holistic veterinarian around you. So the don'ts, don't be afraid to use essential oils. You've got all the do's and don'ts. Use plain water to remove essential oil. If you need to remove something from your pet's feet or on them, use a carrier oil. Water just, it won't take it off. Use a carrier oil. Don't apply large amounts. Use essential oils at the same time as topical medication. Don't worry or panic with adverse reactions. Very rare and resolve quickly. Use oils. Do not use oils in their ears, eyes, or other sensitive areas. Don't use tea tree or wintergreen or birch. Don't add essential oils to their water. That's because they don't want them getting dehydrated. If they don't like it, they won't drink it. There's some of the next page. I'm trying to speed up here. There's some of the oils that are photosensitive, and bergamot, cumin, grapefruit, kumquat, lemon, lime, tangerine, and wild orange are those oils. And that means that if they go outside, they can get sunburnt because it emphasizes the ultraviolet rays on them. So if you need to, you can use green mandarin instead of any of those. Those are all considered photosensitive oils. So seizure patients oils to avoid, even diffused. Rosemary is one of them, which is one of the oils I always diffuse, and so I've been more conscious of that now. But there again, if the door's open, they can leave the room. It won't give them a seizure, but if they are prone to seizures, it can bring on a seizure if they're in there. And rosemary, camphor, eucalyptus, fennel, hyslop, pennyroyal, sage, wintergreen, and wormwood are the ones to avoid for that. If your dog has never had a seizure, then you have nothing to worry about. Types of anxiety. So here now we're getting into what's going to happen here. There fear-related anxiety, which would be thunderstorms, fireworks, from loud noises, strange people, places, or objects out of place, or animals. Virtual stimuli like hats or umbrellas. Some maybe just being the opposite sex, male or female, whatever they're not used to. Specific situations, visit rides in the car, different footing. I know Molly gets kind of freaked out because her feet slip on my floor. So I usually put something down so she can walk on. So things like that cause anxiety. Separation, age-related anxiety. Sometimes as dogs get older, they tend to start getting more anxious. So we're going to go over those in this next one, so I won't go over them on this page. So signs and symptoms of anxiety: aggression, pacing, restlessness, whining, trembling, excessive vocalization, destructive actions, chewing, digging, common around doors and windows, because they're trying to get out, excess salivation, drooling, panting, hiding, avoiding interaction, avoiding eye contact. So the symptoms are escape behavior, jumping out of windows, breaking down doors, trying to get out of crates, often self-destructive and can cause serious injury, inappropriate elimination, urinating or defecating. I don't know what that is. I remember we talked about the last time. What did she say it was? That coprophagia?
Yeah, coprophagia. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. That's your homework to look it up. Displacement behavior like yawning, air sniffing, um, lip licking, kicking, pacing, running. Some of that would be for a horse. So what to do? Mild. Okay, so to replace the negative situation with something really good in order to change an anxious response to a relaxed one. Distracting, Kongs, treat puzzles, high value rewards. Like that's the time to go and get them that kind of rewards, or give them some people food, things that that they really like meat. If you're going to cook yourself a steak, maybe cut off some of it a little bit and just get them little bits and distract them right when fireworks go off. Give them little bits of that. Sticking to the routine, helpful at prevention of more serious forms of anxiety. Use your essential oils. And the one thing with that is you want to start now. The red light therapy we're not going to do. So desensitizing.
Did you guys want to go back before you get too far along this word here? It means the act of the dog eating feces.
Oh, I remember that now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
So to moderate to severe. So if you language, increase duration. Desensitization. If you know that they're going to get all upset, so you want to start desensitizing them before it happens, and by starting with essential oils and getting them in a calm state of mind, and then it's easier to distract them as things come up, like the banging. And I don't know about your neighborhoods, but sometimes mine, it's huge bangs. I mean, it sounds like they're using dynamite at times, and it's pretty alarming for the animals. So, but the calmer you can stay, like when you get all upset about that fireworks, especially if you see the dogs getting up, your pets getting upset, they feed off that and then they get even more upset. So if you stay calm, they'll be calmer also. So using essential oils, people sometimes take their dogs to a different environment where there's other dogs, like hiring a dog sitter or doggy daycare, because there's distractions because of other pets. There again, that could make it worse. You want to rule out medical problems. Like if there was no noise and they were having an issue, you want to try and figure out where the anxiety is coming from. So staying calm yourself. Crate or not crate. My dog won't go in a crate, so that's not an option. But some dogs have a safe place and they like it. And so if that's where they like, put some, treats in there and call it good. Let's go to the next one. Keeping your animal busy. Yeah, so keeping them active. Be sure your animal gets 30 minutes of exercise. So doing your exercise or your walks or whatever earlier before all the fireworks start, or if you know that there's supposed to be thunderstorms, to do it earlier in the day. But make sure that you have, even if you don't have up-to-date tags on your dog, you can use painter's tape or whatever, what do you call that? Huh?
You said duct tape, I think, earlier.
Yeah, duct tape or painter's tape, and make sure that your phone number's on there so that they have a way, people have a way of getting a hold of you. More dogs get lost on 4th of July than any other day of the year. And some of them don't make it back to their owners because there's no way to get a hold of them and things aren't updated. And because I don't know if the Humane Society waives fees for dogs that get picked up around 4th of July, but it's like $130 to get your dog out of jail. So to have that so people can get them back to you is a good thing. So play fun games, interactive games with your dog or cat, play dates, anything to kind of wear them out, get them tired earlier. Food puzzles. I picked up some licking mats. I would just put some, things that they like on it just to keep them occupied and try to distract them. When I was taking my dog Honey through obedience school, I did 6 weeks of it, and there was a certain part of the room that every time we went around, I think that was her direct eye contact with other dogs, and then that she would get reactive at that one point every time we went around. So she had me start giving her treats right before we got to it, and then she would forget about it, and we would make it past that spot. And so that was progress for us, is that, I had to always make sure she was not making eye contact with other dogs, because that's, for them, is very, she gets reactive, and then she's, trying to want to tear the dog apart. So anyways, so we had to use our calming oils, but yeah, distracting. And it really actually worked for her. And she actually got to the point that I could let go of the leash and make her stay and walk away, and she wouldn't go and try and get anybody else. So, yeah, so working with them, training them, and staying calm. And here's the desensitizing with replacing the fearful response with a pleasant one. So that's why the high quality treats during that time, things that maybe that they like, I don't know, pup cups, something, maybe a little bit of doggy ice cream, things like that. Sardines are really good for them. All those kinds of things. Omega fatty acids are good for them and help with keeping them calm. Yeah, so every dog is an individual, and will take a little bit different approach or pace. So just start now by trying to figure out things that can distract them or what they really like, and then work on those things during the 4th. So oils can help. Essential oils travel through the olfactory system into the brain, where they can affect the body in several ways, including regulating the nervous system response and promoting calmness. I gotta hurry. And the limbic system, the part of the brain that controls emotions and an emotional response such as anxiety. So use your oils. And here are some of the oils that we are recommending. The Calmer Serenity, there's serenity in it, so Calmer blend, it will relieve anxious feelings. And I know you guys can read, so you can see that you can use it topically. And it says or internally, but as I said before, if you put it on cats, you just want topically because they're going to lick it and they're going to get it internally anyways. The next one is Balance, and it's calming, relax mind and body, and for tense animals. Eases stress and anxiousness for fearful and timid animals, and it encourages a restful sleep throughout the night. So you're gonna apply topically 15 or 20 minutes prior to the stressful event and up to every 30 minutes as needed. The next one is Kabiba. It's also calms the nervous system. It's emotionally relaxing and can be used to help soothe and calm anxious and decrease stress and feelings.
And
It
Copaiba is good for pain too, right?
Yeah, it's really good for pain and apply topically, and it can be used internally or in the diffuser. Next one is vetiver, and this is a very sedative oil. This is the one that I put on my dog the other day, and my sister said she was out. So it's in the coming spray recipe that I'm going to give you, and it is for very high stress situations. So you could use some of the other ones, and then lavender is also good. I mean, lavender's calming oil also. So for noises, phobias, thunderstorms, construction, fireworks, this would be a really good oil to have. It's very helpful for restful sleep and apply topically or diffuse. This one is for topical use only. And here is the calming spray, which has, this one has 10 drops of balance, 10 drops of lavender, and 5 drops of vetiver. And then you would just add some fractionated coconut oil to spare. I have little bottles if anybody would like them. And you could use it to spray on every 15 to 20 minutes. You put it right on them, and the coconut oil would actually help their fur. And then I would do it down their spine. I maybe put a little bit on my fingertips and do it on their ear tipping. The next one is Roman chamomile. It calms the mind, body, releases pent-up tension, excellent for thunderstorm anxiety, excellent for all species, very gentle, especially helpful if there is digestive upsets involved as well. Apply topically, use internally, or diffuse. And remember, we don't use internally with cats because they lick it off and they get it. So, and then the last one is spikenard. It's related to the Valerian. I know I'm not saying.
It's actually the bark of a tree. It's the bark of an orange tree.
Valterran. I know I wasn't saying it right. And it's this is the one that kind of cats will get real spunky, and then it's because it's like catnip with them, but then it's very grounding, and it is very good at settling them down and getting them really sleepy after the fact. So it relieves anxiety and encourages calm and peaceful. So let's go to the last page because I'm over my time. It's really trying. General recommendations for thunderstorms and fireworks. Use your oils. Keep yourself calm and start now. Do not punish them if they rip up your sofa like that little dog did. Lots of exercise, playtime before the event, safe place to hide. We're not going to do light there because we didn't even talk. TV or music. I would definitely put something on to try and distract them. Molly likes to watch TV. Make sure she walks dog something. I don't know, because she likes that. That's a good distraction for her. Always have leash, collar, or harness on when you're going outside, and your tags up to date. They're not microchipped. Utilize the resources that you have, including people in your life. So if you know that your dog likes to watch TV, pick their favorite show. I don't know, what is it called? That one with the basketball, the dog that plays basketball. I don't know. I think Molly would like that one. I can't remember the name. So that I am done.
Molly barks at the TV. If she sees dogs, she doesn't know why they don't want to come and play.
I know, but then if you have that going on with the fireworks and she's watching the TV, she'll forget that there was a firework.
There you go. Very true. Very true.
Yes.
So with all the oils that Denise talked about, we've individualized them here. So you can see what the costs were of each one. We are listing both the retail price and the wholesale price because some of you may have an account and some of you may not. And we went ahead and added them all up just so if you wanted to get all of them, you knew what this whole kit would look like just for grins. There's not a big bang kit on doTERRA's website. But so some of these oils you may already have, some of them not. And but you get a really good savings if you do not have a wholesale membership. This will be a really great time to because you can use all these oils for yourself too. Vetiver is my favorite for my sleep. And I love to use balance after I shower in the morning when I get showered and put a little bit of balance on my chest. It's like, oh, I was a little more stressed and I didn't realize it. So these oils are just really incredible oils. And so this might be a good screenshot just so you have like an idea if you wanted to get one or two or all of the oils or whatever. It's up to what you want to do. And if you don't have an account, I believe Corey does. I'm not sure if the two of you do, but reach out to Denise and she'll be happy to help you get that taken care of too. And you guys, today and tomorrow, the last day is tomorrow. doTERRA is having a BOGO, buy one, get one free, which is crazy. I always love these BOGOs. And I did a whole presentation a few days ago on the BOGOs, and I have a recording if you wanted to go through and learn about each of the oils. But doTERRA does a BOGO where you buy one and you get one free. So they already come up with all the pairings. I don't think I put the pairings. Oh, I did put the pair. No, I didn't finish. We didn't finish. Ran out of time. But buy peppermint, get wild orange for free. Copaiba touch and lavender touch. So if you buy copaiba, you get lavender touch for free. And these are two of the oils that Denise was talking about. They're really, really great oils. They're already diluted for little people. And so maybe if you have a little super dog or a kitty, you might want to dilute a little bit more. But this is a really great thing to keep in your purse when you're running around and maybe the dog's starting to overreact or get a little upset. So, really powerful ones to have. And then, of course, we've got the passion and cheer, which are really good emotional support oils. And then we have, if you buy helichrysum, you get frankincense for free. These are the two powerhouses. Like helichrysum is really great for skin issues, muscle issues, cuts, bruises, bleeding noses, things like that. And frankincense is a huge, it's the number one oil. With in doubt, reach for frankincense. And these are safe for your pets as well. And then Tamer is a child's blend oil here for digestive support. And then we got the adult digestin. And digestin is why I started doTERRA, so super cool. Now, we're on the end of Thursday, and some of these oils have already sold out. And I believe it's the Passion and Cheer, and I think it could be Peppermint Wild Orange. Two of them have sold out. I forget what the second one is. And you used to be able to purchase the whole kit and get a free wooden box. And they just sold out on that one. So the wooden box is sold out. So we got 1.5 days left. And so maybe if you have an account, reach out onto your website and see what's available and it expires at the end of the day tomorrow. So, and I don't know if you guys heard about the foundational wellness, but this is the foundation of doTERRA for our gut health. And I know the probiotics, you can, oh wait, that was what we were looking up, Denise, is the probiotics had xylitol in it, right?
There's no the PB Restore does not, but the PB Assist Junior does.
Okay, gotcha. So
So
the PB
yeah,
Restore,
it
yeah.
does. No, it does not.
But
But
you can give both of these to your dogs, and it's really good for the omegas as well as the PB Restore is good for gut health. So if they're having lots of itchy issues and things like that, then I would reach for the PB Restore, right?
yeah, and the Terrazyme is good for putting on. It's a digestive enzyme, so for pets, it's a good one. And yeah, so they do have that. And for bigger dogs, the Serenity, which I take for sleep, you can also give the Serenity gel tap to pets and the Kabiba gel
But
caps.
like
Oh.
how big of a dog when you're giving them those
Like
tabs?
I could for mine, Honey's probably 50 pounds.
Oh, okay.
How big is your dog,
Poe
Sam?
is Poe is 35.
What kind of dog is she?
Golden Doodle.
A golden doodle? Oh, you and Ainsley's dogs are. For some reason I thought your dog was like a lab or.
I know he's a doodle.
Oh, doodles are such great dogs. My mom had one. She had a standard big doodle, big one.
I think at 35,
Tiny.
I think that they could. I am on my. I'll ask that question in my class. I'll have a class before the 4th, so I'll do it because I have Kabiba.
Yeah, Corey. Yeah. Oh, she just jumped up. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay, so are either one of you members? So maybe this would be a good time if you recognize that you can get 25%. It's like having a Costco membership, really. So people get all weird about having a doTERRA membership, and really, seriously, it's really just like having a Costco membership or an Amazon account. You just log into your account, place your orders, and boom, you get 25% off. And it's really, truly the best way because there's also the loyalty rewards program. And do I have that here? Yes, there it is. The loyalty reward program. If you order an oil up to 100 PV every month, you continue to get deeper discounts. So you can get up to 55% off those oils. So it's a really great way to really take advantage of doTERRA and get some free products. And also, I'm going to let you know that we are doing these classes every Thursday, and we try to come up with different topics every Thursday. Next week, I was thinking about doing some barbecue sauces or something. I have a class that I did for, 4th of July picnics and things like that would be kind of fun. And if you're interested in hosting a class, we would love to have you invite us to come over and do a class with your friends and family and stuff like that. And so we really appreciate your support. And if you're interested in doing that, we can make lotions and soaps or dog things or cat things or whatever you're interested in. We've got a lot of fun stuff that we like to do. And I'm actually having a class at my house on Sunday where we're going to teach people how to make hot press soap and cold press soap. It's going to be really fun. So you're welcome to come. If you want my address, just reach out to Denise and she can give you my address. It's all free. And there might be some wine involved, maybe things like that. But okay. So any questions?
No.
which one of those animals is showing your feelings right now?
Molly has been lying the whole time she heard you talking. She has been just lying completely quiet and just listening.
Oh, I miss
She loves you.
miss Molly girl.
She loves you. Thank
I
you,
know.
everyone.
Thank
Yeah.
All right.
Good job.
Thanks for making me nervous. And,
She heard you again.
hi, Molly. All right. We'll have to get together.
Thank
All
you.
right.